What's up, music fans of the internet? I'm Kevin,
I'm Derek.
and together we are last week's album, where we're bringing you two opinions on the best new music. And in this episode, we're talking about the album Mourn by the band Mourn, and we're answering this question: they're young and talented, but does their music stand on its own, regardless of their age? But before we get into all that, we're going to kick things off like we always do, drinking a beer. Cheers, Derek, and everyone at home.
Cheers, Kevin, everyone at home.
And let's start with a little background on Mourn. They're a teenage quartet based in Barcelona. They're literally teenagers, ages 15 to 18. Mourn is their self-titled debut. These 10 songs were recorded straight to tape in just 2 days, and it was originally released in September in Spain, but now Brooklyn indie label Captured Tracks, who you might know from Mac DeMarco, Dive, Perfect Pussy. They have released it here in the U.S. just last week on February 17th. So now we get to listen to it. And let's talk about what it sounds like. Derek, what do you think?
Kevin, I think Mourn sounds like Catalan brats dropping a 21st century Barca Blitzkrieg Bop on listeners.
Nice. I think it sounds like the passion of Sleater-Kinney, the dark undertones of PJ Harvey, and the experimental nature of Pearl Jam. So all that should give you an idea of what you're in for here. Let's talk about key tracks. Derek, what are you picking?
Kevin, your brain is made of candy, and that also is my key track.
Thank you for the compliment. I don't know. I'm going to go with number 5, Otitis. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So why don't you kick us off with Your Brain is Made of Candy, Derek?
This one is the opening track, and it starts with a clean electric guitar chord, just kind of undulating back and forth, and lone vocals. And the guitar riff changes into this undulating electric guitar strikes, which changes into an angular riff. The drums enter, and there's a bass snare drum beat that slowly builds in volume and intensity just throughout the 2.5 minutes of the song, if I'm not mistaken. And the lyrics describe a relationship, possibly marked by cannibalism. Example lyric: "Oh, your brain is made of candy. At first I thought it was rancid, but now I know it's sweet. So that's what I'm going to eat." Rancid, allusion to another Ramones-influenced band, I don't know. Second, fun fact, title of this song was actually a line cut from the movie Hannibal. You know what scene I'm talking about. Overall, great high-energy opening track to formally welcome listeners to Mourn and keep your brains intact. That's all I got to say.
I mean, if you can't open an album with cannibalism, or at least a humorous reference to it, what do you open with?
If someone's brain tastes like candy, why are you not eating it?
Great point, Derek. I am going to go with key track number 5, Otitis, for its revving guitars, booming drums, chugging bass, these mirrored sort of duet vocals between the two lead vocalists here. They go from sort of monotone verses to wailing choruses, which is a really nice effect. We get this wiry, blistering guitar solo that I would almost call twinkling, but it's a little too sinewy and meaty for that. The lyrics describe some sort of state of turmoil. Sample lyric here: "My back, my neck are going to break. What if I am the problem?" We don't know. But overall, a hard-hitting, melodic track, and it's been called their breakthrough single, and I think it deserves that title for a very good reason. So definitely check out Your Brain is Made of Candy and Otitis. And now on to best lyrics. Derek, what do you think?
Mine actually comes from a song called Dark Issues, and she says, "Don't judge me, babe, for what I did. I told you something for 1,000 times." And that's my own commentary, because 999 just isn't enough.
Yeah, it never is. I'm going to go with a line from Your Brain is Made of Candy, and it goes, "I will eat your brain, sweet, so goddamn sweet. Relax, it won't hurt, and then I'll start with your heart." It's actually the closing line on the song, with an even more threatening line about she's coming for your heart next. And overall, it epitomizes their sort of threatening yet very childlike attitude that they exhibit across the album. always dancing the line between guilt and innocence in a really interesting way. So those are some good lines. Tell us what you guys like. And let's talk about overall rating and the answer to the big question, does all the hype around them befit them despite their age or because of? What do you think, Derek?
Kevin, I'm giving this one a 3 out of 5. I thought their sound felt fresh despite the number of well-known bands that they've been compared to, and you can kind of feel when you listen to it. I thought they did a great job of kind of capturing the energy of a lot of the bands that influenced them, but at the same time did an even better job of not sounding like they were blatantly ripping them off, which I thought is obviously always a hard line to walk. On the bad, I don't know if I'm ready to say that they're worth the hype or not yet. There was only one song over 3 minutes. Not that the length of the track is a be-all, end-all, but damn. I mean, what is this? Fat Records' latest installment of short music for short people, which, if you don't know, that was an album put out by Fat Mike of NoFX on his record label. It was an album of 90 songs, none longer than 30 seconds. At some points, I felt like I was listening to that here. I don't know if I'm ready to say they're worth all the hype, but at the same time, I think they're definitely worth checking out now and keeping an eye on in the future, because they definitely do a lot of great things here. I really like the best lyric you picked out there. I almost think the way that song kind of came about, it almost sounded like they were describing themselves, or the lead characters being kind of a Black Widow type character, kind of luring someone in only to eat their brains. I don't know if Black Widow spiders do that, but
I think they do kill their mates.
They kill. That's. I'm not saying they're not killing, but eating the brains.
Yeah, I don't know. We're more into music than arachnids here, so we couldn't tell you. But if you guys know, let us know. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. To Derek's point, it is super short, but it never felt short listening to it. It felt just right in length to me. Great sounds coming out of these guys, especially considering their age and the fact that it is their debut. Their energy and sincerity really come through. This isn't an older band trying to sound young and raw and edgy. That's just what they are, and it really comes across that way. There are a few missteps, namely Squirrel in my mind felt a little like filler and a little poppy for them. And the theme is a bit redundant. It's mostly teen angst, but they do find interesting ways into that theme. Are they worth all the hype? Are they just young, talented, or does their music deserve credit despite their age? I think so. I think they've got an impressively unique sound for being so young. This interesting blend of punk and even doom and indie rock. So overall, I think you should check it out. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Derek's giving it a 3 out of 5. That makes a 7 out of 10. So check it out and let us know what you guys think. Do they deserve all the hype? Are they just a young band who stumbled onto greatness? I don't know. We don't know. Tell us what you think. Thanks for tuning in here at last week's album. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check back next time for more reviews. As always, I'm Kevin.
I'm Derek.
And we are last week's album, 2 opinions on the best new music. See you next time, guys.